Well, what could be the best business partnership you'll ever have? Multimillionaire entrepreneur, author, and philanthropist Mae McCarthy invites you to tap into the power of intuition to achieve the success you have always dreamed of. Joining us now to share how you do just that is the author, Mae McCarthy. Mae, such a pleasure to see you here.
Thank you for having me.
So, what made you decide to write a book about, and I think that this is a great phrase, unseen universal power?
Well, everyone's experienced intuition. Everyone's had that gut instinct or that thought that's flown into their head that they didn't expect, that's guiding them and telling them to do something. So there's a source for that intuition. I just call it the unseen universal power. But most successful people, whether it's Bill Gates, Oprah, Steve Jobs, Albert Einstein, and Thomas Edison, have said that they've used intuition as a success tool, and so have I, to build 6 great businesses.
Yeah, and looking at your resume, it's pretty impressive what you've done with this. So yourself, Edison, Einstein, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, they all used it. They all used it to great success. Why doesn't everybody use it?
Well, I think it's because we're not taught to.
Okay.
And we have so much data that's coming at us. How do we filter it all in order to know what possibilities to take advantage of? So what I ask people to do is use a very simple daily technique that's a goal attainment strategy that will enable their subconscious and their intuition to point out possibilities to get to their goal quickly.
Get to the next level. Now, before we get to some of the steps, because you said there's 7 steps, but there are also 3 mistakes that a lot of people make when trying to either, use their intuition, or maybe we're not just using it right, or we're listening to our neighbor's intuition or something. So what are those mistakes?
Well, the first thing is that they're using their words to talk about what they don't want.
Gotcha.
And anytime you talk about what you don't want, you might hear somebody say, everyone at my kid's school is sick. I sure hope my kid doesn't get sick. What happens?
Right.
The kid gets sick.
Yeah.
So we're going to be able to see evidence based on how we use our words. So instead of talking about what you don't want, talk about what you do want instead.
Okay.
The second mistake is that they try to force things to happen. They rationalize in their mind all the steps that it should take to reach their goals, and that will sometimes delay their goal or have it come through in a way that's not so great.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are 2 major ones. And the third one is when you get an intuitive message, a gut instinct, or a thought that flies into your head to do something, you do nothing.
Right. You think, well, maybe I do that, but then you just sit on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you recognize after.
Yeah,
that
you
should
can
have
Monday
done
morning
it.
quarterback, and you're like, oh. So you've got some steps to help us achieve the success with our intuition. Is that right?
I do, and there's 7 steps outlined in my book, but probably the 3 that are most important is to schedule a meeting with yourself and describe your goals as though you want to achieve them. Describe it as though you've already gotten the goal realized into your life. This is a strategy that many famous business people use. We revisit our goals on a daily basis to keep them at the forefront of our thoughts. And when we describe them as though they're already complete, intuition and your subconscious want so much for you to operate in integrity that it points out possibilities to make those statements true. The second thing is to read what you just wrote out loud with emotion. And when you do that, any school teacher will tell you that it anchors it more fully within you and you can recall it sooner.
Right.
Finally, use a technique that many professional and Olympic athletes use, and business people and musicians, and that's to imagine. In your mind's eye, do some mental training for your brain for success, and imagine seeing yourself in the completed goal. If you do just those 3 things every morning, you'll find that you'll notice more possibilities to achieve your goals sooner.
That is fascinating. So there are 4 others that you said that you go into great detail in your book. So let's talk about your book. It is now out now. It's still available, right?
Yes. Amazon, Barnes & Noble. If they want more information, they can certainly go to my website, maymccarthy.com. And see a little video on the book, and for any of your viewers, I'm happy to give them the first 3 chapters for free if they just go to the website.
Okay, fantastic. And again, maymccarthy.com, is that right?
maymccarthy.com.
And you'll go there and you can, again, see the pedigree of this woman. Great stuff that she's done. Mae, thank you so much for bringing this in. For more information on how you can use that intuition to achieve success, head over to casa.com. Stay